All right, everybody. We have our tea today. Today it is mango passion fruit. I
Ooh.
have my beautiful sister here with me. Alena, do you have tea today? That is a plethora of hydration. Here on the Perfectly Powerful You podcast, we approve the excessive amount of hydration that Alena has right now. So tell me, you have a water bottle, another water bottle, and then a cup of
Yeah.
unknown liquid?
So I've got my water bottle. It's filled with water. I've got my Gatorade bottle, which is filled with creatine and Gatorade, sugar
Lovely.
free. And then I have coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love this. Hydration, fun drink, another fun drink.
Yep.
I think we're ready to do this. Cheers.
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 Hi, everyone. You're tuning in to the Perfectly Powerful You podcast, a space of epic positivity, radical self expression, and transformational growth. Join me in celebrating this beautiful thing we call life with even greater ease, flow, and authenticity.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Perfectly Powerful You podcast. I'm host Nikita, and I trust, hope, and expect you all are having a super duper delightful and sunshine day because as I am recording this with my beautiful sister Alina, it is sunshiny over here in Ucluelet. Alina, is it sunshiny in Kamloops?
Oh yeah, it's been such a beautiful day. There's actually like no clouds in the sky. Like the sun is just shining. The weather has been like cool in the morning and then it's just been so like hot during the day. Like it'll get to like mid-morning and like early afternoon. I'm just like it's like 30 plus degrees.
So for those of you who are listening to this and or watching this, may you also have a sunshiny day. And if it is not sunshiny, then may you enjoy whatever weather that you have. For those of you who do not know Alina and who do not know, even though I've mentioned it a couple times now, Alina's my sister. And I am so, so happy to have her on this particular podcast, not only as a nutrition coach, as a strength and fitness coach, both online and in person. She works at Strength Camp in Kamloops. She is a pole and aerial coach and just does a plethora of other things. And I'm very, very excited, not only to glean a little bit of insight on your perspective of someone who's been doing, and I say doing in quotes, but doing health and fitness more actively in for many, many years. Alina, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. I'd love to just have your take on what brought you into the sphere of health, fitness, vitality, wellness in general.
Yes. Thank you for the intro. Yeah, so I am an online strength, nutrition, and kind of mindset coach. I do in-person coaching as well at Strength Camp, just teaching classes. I do one-on-one coaching as well, just kind of full transformations. And then, yeah, I'm a pole and aerial instructor at Unity 253, and I do. Yeah, just a plethora of other things. I got into fitness from our mom, actually. It's Mom has always been very fit, very strong, very active. I feel that like she was always just kind of that inspiration to just keep moving and like, her biking all the time, her swimming, she lifted weights, she competed in a bodybuilding competition. She is a seamstress, so she sewed bodybuilding suits, like all the competition suits. And just like being around all these like strong incredible, like muscular, like women and people. Just like it was very inspirational. I'm like, I want to be that. Like, I like anything that I thought was like cool. So, like tattoos, piercings, muscles, like that's was like, oh, I want to be that. So I did that.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah.
And yes to mom. She's definitely someone who stands out to me as someone who's always been I called her a health nut and a rabbit,
Yeah.
just for what she, if you knew her mom and know her mom, she
Yeah.
loves eating um,
Salad,
salad. And mom, if you're listening to
vegetables.
this, we love you. Thank you for being a very strong rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, mom's definitely been a big inspiration. And even more than that, I remember that you would do often a lot of training in high school as well as you joined a gym during high school and then after high school. How would you describe the progression of where you were then to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's been into it. So, I mean, I started like lifting weights when I was about 13 or 14, so in middle school. Before that, I was doing like we did gymnastics, like I've played rugby, I did whatever sports kind of throughout elementary school and middle school and high school. Like HP class or human performance, which is weightlifting, was my favorite class in high school. And just like being able to lift weights and I think just the main thing was just the strength part of it, where I'm just like to feel strong and to like lift even heavier weights was just like it's always been a really cool thing to me. You know, it's been a long time. And I just the more that I kind of reflected on it, it was just the more of like what a gift it is to move, to be able to have the ability to move our bodies. Cause like seeing people that either aren't able to or get it taken away, you know, get paralyzed, however, like it's just like, oh, like it is such a gift to be able to move our bodies and to yeah, just do anything because any kind of movement I love yoga. I just got into strongman, so that's been an amazing journey so far. I've only been doing it since the end of May. It's August 22nd now, so only for like a few months now, and competed in two competitions, placed second for the first one and placed first for the second one. So it's yeah, it's one of those things where it was like, oh, like I'm very much in alignment. This is very much where I'm meant to be in like this strength training and this strong man community. And it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, oh, this is what I've been training for since I was 13 years old and I just didn't know it yet.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been kicking ass. Absolutely. And I'm so proud of you for just stepping into it. Do you find that the community that you surround yourself with continues to motivate and inspire you to, quote unquote, do better and achieve more?
Yes. Yes, and the community is such a big part of everything. Like as soon as I came in to like, strength camp, it was just like the most welcoming community. It was so open, loving, like supportive, like everyone's just there to like get stronger as well as like mentally and physically. Like we're there to just like create this functional strength. And from there, like coming into not only strength camp community and then getting introduced to the strongman community. And that is just like a whole nother community in itself where I'm just like, oh, okay, like, you know, strength camp's got its own little strongman community. And then going to my first competition, like the energy was buzzing. Like it was so cool. And everyone's there just yelling and cheering each other on. Like it's not like, yes, it is a competition, like we're facing each other, and also we're just cheering each other on and being like, you got this, like let's go. Like even if you're facing someone, it's like great job. Like after it's like there's hugs, there's fist bumps, there's high fives everywhere, like there's everything. And the energy is so lit. Like it's amazing. So that has been such a big point of my like fitness and just like I find that like I love doing the group classes. Like I'll join like the 5:30 a.m. group class because I'm just like, okay, everything's already structured. Like I don't really have to think about what I'm working out. And it's just a really great workout and I get to be with everyone else. And I love coaching like the group fitness classes as well because everyone's energy is so good. Like I get to bring my energy and kick some ass and like see the progression of everyone else. And I think that's just like the biggest thing is everyone's there working on themselves, like getting stronger, like, and then seeing, like, even in just a few weeks, like a few months, like how much strength and like somebody can build because of like this consistency, this structure, these routines that people have. And yes, I like over many years, I trained by myself, like just going to the gym. I liked doing a lot of resistance training, weightlifting. I do yoga at home, like do home workouts. Like I still went through all that. I think I did it more in that like in those moments just because I'm like this is what you kind of have to do to have a healthy body, right? Like it kind of goes hand in hand. You got to eat better and you got to work out. And if you want to like my thing was like, okay, if I want to lose weight and, gain strength, like this is what I got to do. So it was just very not easy, but it's just what came that I'm like, this is what I want to do every day. And then as I kept doing it and the more and more, like over the years, like it's just like, oh yeah, like this is I'm addicted to it. Like it's straight up. Like I love working out. I did 2 workouts yesterday. Like it's just
Mhm.
it's fun. It's all fun for me. Like it's just such a good time. So yes, I do. I have some intrinsic motivation, so internal, like with myself. And then I have so much extrinsic motivation, so externally with everyone around me, the community, like everyone just like fueling you and cheering you on and being like, holy shit, like that was an insane lift. And I'm like, hell fucking yeah. So
And I feel that as well. And something that not only stands out in your energy, with not only how you were describing people, but how even within the competitions that people were motivating and inspiring, even as they were competing against each other, that level of love and dedication and like motivation and inspiration for not only witnessing someone else and their strength and the understanding of how much applies for what goes into it, while also being able to see within the community as well the progressive growth. And as someone who is both, because you mentioned before, so I wanted to couple on a touch on a couple of points here. You mentioned that there within the strength camp and your personal coaching, you mentioned something called functional strength. And I would love for you to touch on that a little bit more, as well as when you mentioned before about as someone who intrinsically motivated, love going to the gym, love being able to, do the things like exercise, move your body in whatever way, whether it's in the gym, outside of the gym, as well as someone who's been and conducts group coaching. What is functional strength? What do you fund, and how do you set up a structure to help continue to motivate, encourage, and inspire people within a group setting that creates greater results?
couple loaded questions there. Uh, functional strength, I would say is it just helps you in your day to day. Like when you're working out at the gym, like, you can do bicep curls, whatever. But more functional strength is being able to like take that strength outside of the gym
Mm.
and like be able to as basic as it sounds to some people, but like walk down the stairs or walk up the stairs, like be able to pick up the kids and run around and like just kind of those things that will translate to our day-to-day lives that is going to be very important for us to keep up our physical strength, our endurance. And it doesn't have to be anything big, like functional strength just means that we're just going to be able to translated in our lives. Like it's not just in the gym, it's our whole being, you
Hmm.
know?
The functional strength part so important because I think maybe some people when they go, of course they want to get better. They maybe want to increase some lean mass, remove some fat mass, and just like look and feel better in general. And there's also something to be said about people who just want to get aesthetically pleasing muscles, and where various types of physical activity that you help people with allow them to live life and feel better daily. And maybe some of the coaching methods that you take people through allows them to run around with their kids even better, to be able to walk down the stairs with greater ease, to be able to pick things up and get back up and not having to worry about back pain. And so the other question I had in conjunction with the functional strength is, what ways in which do you conduct your group fitness? Because I know you do pole fitness, which is so fun. It requires a lot of sexiness and strength. And you do aerial hoop, and you also offer at Strength Camp coaching. How do you structure it, and in what ways does it unfold for people to increase the amount of strength, flexibility, endurance as a group coach?
Well, so when I'm instructing a class, when I'm coaching, I really enjoy what I do. I love coaching. I love just the energy that I can bring for people, and I can radiate like just this big ball of energy. Like when I come into class, I'm talking to every single person. Like I'm saying good morning to everyone. I'm asking them how their day is. I'm asking them how like their weekend was. I'm just getting into it. Like I love connecting with people. I think that's the main thing with coaching is just connecting with people. Like we're all just human beings. We're all just trying to, be better. We're just trying to be a better version of ourselves, whether
Mm,
that's getting stronger physically, that's like working on our mental health, that's eating better, that's,
mm,
trying to be less stressed out in life, right? There's like everything that's involved in life. And we we get to choose what we do. Like a lot of people I know have the mindset of with fitness, it's just like, oh, like it's a chore, right? Like I have to do this. It's like, nah, you don't have to. You get to, right? You get to move your body, you get to lift weights because you get to take care of yourself. And like a lot of people don't. So I'm just like, that's kind of the main thing is with coaching is just like, just that reminder, like even sometimes I need it. It's just like, well, we get to do this. We get to like take care of our health and we're just going to feel better. And like we're the only person that can really take care of ourselves. Like that's it.
mm,
So yeah, it's easy for me to come in with energy that's like big and full because I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about coaching and I'm very passionate about taking care of the people that I get to coach and that are listening to me because I feel like I've spent very many years listening to like everyone else and just trying to learn from so many different people. Like I do believe that every single person has something that they can teach me, whether I take it with a grain of salt or it's going to change my life. Um, there's something to learn from everyone. And I feel like I got to that point where I'm just like, okay, I've actually gained so much knowledge in my many years that I feel like I have a lot that I can pass on to people that can help change their lives, that can help them feel better in their bodies, help them feel more confident, like, and just like walking with, like tits up, just like chest out, like chin high, and like really like appreciating life and being grateful for the life that we have right now.
mm,
And I feel like that's kind of like the life code, like, kind of crack the code on life of how to live this not perfect life, but this full life. The one that's full of love and strength and abundance and joy and peace and so much enlightenment and power and we get to kind of choose that. And I say that a lot because it is a choice. I know that like, as a mindset coach, it's like the what you focus on is what you're gonna get. So when I hear so many people focusing on how, quote unquote bad their day is and how like their job is not great, like, and they're just like having a shit day or this customer was, a dick. Like
mm,
there's so many things. It's just like, yeah, okay, that's what you're focusing on, right? And there's a lot that goes into maintaining and creating and co-creating such a wonderful like life for yourself. And
Hmm.
I don't know if that answered the question, but we're gonna go with it.
I love it. I love it. And I can see just how much that there's mindset to health and well-being in general. And something that I always encourage on this podcast is radical self-expression and positivity. And I think something that you really hit the nail on the head is that you come in with this level of energy where there is this choice to get to move in our body, to get to feed it, to choose how to move our body, to choose what we put into our body. And something that I would love for you to touch on a little bit more is this idea of how you stay motivated. Because I know you mentioned before that you're addicted to fitness and you're addicted to moving your body and being well. And you also mentioned that there are days when you feel like maybe you're not there. And so on the days where you feel like you're not there, and for the listeners out there who are like, man, like I really want to get started, or I'm already there, but I'm feeling a little lackluster. I'm feeling like I would love to have that pep and step you're talking about. Like I would love to be addicted to whatever it is that will help me move my body and get in better shape or feel better about my body. What do you recommend people do? And what do you incorporate in your daily life to help continue to inspire yourself and to continue to live into this idea and this identity of health and wellness?
Yeah, I mean, I have several things. I'll try to keep it a little short, just so not to overwhelm everyone. But like keeping it simple, like I do feel in terms of getting started, if we think too much about starting or I don't know, you say you're gonna start working out at the gym. I think there needs to be a little more specificity and like knowing that you can do it right now, even if it's like you're not necessarily going to join the gym, but you just want to like get some more fitness in it. It's like, okay, well, go for a 15-minute walk right now. Like you're thinking about it, just jump on it right now and just start this routine, start a habit, right? So
Mhm.
I like my routine has been I wake up at 4 a.m. I do about 30 to 45 minutes of meditation and prayer. And then I get ready and do a workout. So I'll either join the 5:30 class or I've also been going for a hike in the morning. So a hike slash run for about an hour. Um, yeah. And then I kind of get on with my day and I just have this like routine that's set. But for me, it's starting the day off with some kind of movement as well as some like slowness and stillness that I've really like worked on over the last like at least few months here, like since I'm gonna say March. Like it's kind of been a newer practice, but it's been very enlightening and motivating for me to sit still and find some stillness in my days and find that peace, find that gratitude, and finding a higher purpose.
Mm.
Because I feel that when I'm just kind of going through like my day to days, so before when I would just kind of be like, I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know what I'm working towards. I don't really know what kind of dreams I have. Like, this was probably in January where I just, like, my life crumbled. Everything that, like, I had been building was lost. And I had to learn how to pick myself up. I had to learn how to build my throne again from this crumbling. So that took a lot. And it wasn't my first crumble, so it was kind of like nice to be able to have a little quicker, I guess, way to pick myself back up. I also had like I still have my mentor, so I just really leaned on people. Like that was the point where I'm like, okay, I feel like my life is shit. I feel like I'm very lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who I am. So I'm gonna just lean on as many people as I can for help. So like reaching out to family, Like I have a mentor and I've been with her since October, and I knew at the very end of 2024 that I was like, "Oh, like I can feel that 2025 is going to be my biggest year yet. Like I need you. I need you to help me and guide me through this because there's going to be so many big changes." And 8 months in, like I've had many changes. I've had many massive, like insane changes in my life, and not only just like in like externally but like internally as well. Like it's grown so much.
Mm.
um wow, yeah.
Mm.
In terms of things that people could do to kind of keep themselves motivated or start something, like it is just trying to stop thinking about things. Like I know that's like kind of generic, it's just like, oh, just don't think about it. Don't think too much about it. Like you're gonna have these thoughts, but just do an action. Like
Mm.
sometimes it's just start small. Don't think you have to start working out 5, 6, 7 days a week and do that. Like your body's not used to it if you're just starting out. Pick one day, do a little something, do a walk. Like my one suggestion is also really get your sunlight first thing in the morning. So
Mm.
when the sun wakes up, like get that direct sunlight, knock two off, maybe go for a 15-minute walk around the block and you get your direct sunlight, not wearing any sunglasses, like just go walk around, sun in your eyes. It's just going to wake the body up. It's going to boost that cortisol level up first thing because that's what you want is cortisol, your stress hormone, up first thing. And then it'll start crashing out kind of down throughout the day. And then you're nice and chill for the evening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. I so appreciate when you mentioned before this idea of habit stacking first thing in the morning. When you start your day off with your meditation and prayer, I love that. I think that being able to be even more intentional about your day. There's been leaning on this idea of community, while also being able to have that goal and that dream in mind, and to start to use your day as an intention for how you can build up for something more. You also mentioned that you start your day slow with your meditation and your prayers. And then you also do something active almost immediately after. So, whether it was walking or hiking or in the gym, is there also something where that kind of movement, maybe if people don't want to offer that or maybe don't have the ability to offer that right in the morning, is there something else that you have throughout your day that allows you to continue this health and well-being? So maybe it's not first thing, but we always recommend meditations, set your intentions, wish well for the day and for others, and just have a really good one to be really specific about how you want to co-create throughout your day. But is there are there moments throughout your day where you either intentionally set or put in your agenda? Because I know you're an agenda like freak and I love it. But like having calendar things to put in to help continue to create that momentum or create those kind of primed ideas for how you can continue to like lean into this idea of, okay, like I meditate in the morning, I go for a walk here. And you also mentioned not overthinking it, but doing it. So how does that look and reflect in your life?
Yeah, well, so I've been pretty stacking my days. Like I up at 4 a.m. and then I'm in bed. I mean, I'm trying to go to bed at like 8, but it's been like 9 or 10 or maybe 11, kind of depending on what's going on. I do fill up my days as well as allow myself to have some flexibility
Hmm.
where I think it's is prioritizing kind of one or two tasks. Like I've got my obligations of like coaching classes, like those are like, non-negotiables. My non-negotiable would be to get a workout in the morning, or some kind of movement, meditations, non-negotiable. And then my afternoons and evenings are usually more flexible, where I'm like, okay, like if I need to go do a grocery shop, if I'm working on some more nutrition work, if I'm doing some client check-ins, if I'm working on my business course, if I'm working on my mentorship, if I'm like, I got several things that I can do. And it's also knowing that not everything has to get done in a day.
Mm,
And because when we have this ongoing to-do list and we're either thinking about it or we have it written down, like that's a lot that's consuming our mind, and we get very wrapped up in all these things that we have to do. We get stressed
mm,
out, we get anxiety, right? Like it just gets very overwhelming and it feels like it never ends.
mm,
So I really allow myself to have like my work blocks. So like
mm,
in between classes, because I teach a 9 a.m. and a 12 p.m. So there's about hour and a half or so where I can do some light work. So I'm like, okay, I'll, check DMs, like do something that's very like it's not gonna consume my mind so much. And I can just kind of answer people back and get back to people. And then I'm like, okay, cool. That's like nice and chill. Okay. And then in the afternoons, after I get back, like I'll have my lunch, and I'll do some work, maybe for like 1 to 2 hours, depending on what I've got going on. And then I have a scheduled walk break. So I'm just like, okay, this is the
mm,
time that I go and get some either just a little bit like move my body around, go sit in some nature because nature is always going to be your best friend to give you some energy, like kind of take you out of the busy day to days and just breathe. And sometimes I don't get to it. Like I'm not a perfect human. I don't have the perfect schedule. Like I'm still working through what I do every day and my day to days. And I do make sure that I'm like, okay, like pretty much Monday to Thursday, I fill my days pretty well, like with the tasks that I want to do. And then usually like Fridays are pretty relaxed, like it's content, it's creativity, it's kind of flow with the day. I don't have to coach, so I just like, okay, let's have a slower morning. Like, let's sleep in maybe a little bit. We'll still go and work out. We'll take some time with maybe my food, my breakfast, because I love food. Like, I am so, like, I love cooking and I love eating. So, those are great. Yeah, and then just kind of allowing myself, because that's been another big thing for me over the last 8 months, just like this past year, is like working with my like masculine and my feminine energy, because we have both. We masculine energy being kind of like that action item, we're go go go, we're trying to stack our plate and do as much as we can, we're just doing. Feminine energy is kind of the opposite, right? Where we're just like in the flow. We're like allowing things to kind of come up as they may. We're working with it. We're adapting to whatever our situations are. And I've been working with both because I did notice before where I would go like do, and then I would be like flip back the other way, and I'm taking it very much like hour by hour, day by day, like see where the day takes me. And it's finding that kind of wavelength where
mm,
it's not like I've been trying not to use the word balance because I think it's very overused. It's a wavelength because we kind of go like with our frequency, and we're creating this like this flow and also do. So, yeah, I don't have the perfect schedule. I know that. Like, I still work with it. I still like don't do the tasks that I have on my agenda. That's okay.
mm,
Like, I still know that I got like a lot done, and I'll reflect on it and be like, okay, what did I actually do today? Some days it's like, okay, I didn't do anything. Or I feel like I didn't do anything, and it's just what, like tomorrow's a new day. We'll try again tomorrow. But
mm,
then it's also trying to be very intentional with that as well, where you're like, hey, all right, we didn't do much today, so what's going to be priority for tomorrow?
mm,
And yeah, there's like life, there's no perfect plan for life. Like every life is different. Everybody has their own unique lived experience and what they have to do in their day-to-days. And we just have to make time for whatever it is that we want to make time for.
Mm-hmm. What I heard from what you were mentioning, so thank you so much for all of the beautiful knowledge. What really stood out for me was your idea of time blocking. That you're time blocking for work, you're time blocking for getting out in nature, for a little bit of a walk. So it sounds like there's some structure and some flexibility that you've allotted within your day to allow for yourself to continue to live into the health and well-being that is life. And part of that means being able to be slow and intentional. And it also sounds like where there's more times where there's a lot of activity, a lot of movement. And I enjoyed when you emphasized that it doesn't have to be perfect and that there are going to be moments when unexpected things come up and that we learn how to work with it. And as someone who has been doing this for quite a long time, that I'm only assuming that you know how to work with yourself and you know how to pick up where you left off, so to speak. And there was this idea of just like, oh, it's okay, today wasn't a perfect day. Let's start again tomorrow. Now, this seems like it's very much a part of the core identity that is Alena, and this is also talking from a very biased perspective of someone who knows you and has lived with you since the day you were born. And so, for those who don't have that sense of identity surrounding their health and well-being. Where do you suggest they begin? Where they're like, okay, well, I don't do that. Like, I don't go to the gym. Like, I don't really eat that well, or but I would like to. I would love to go to the gym. I'd love to be that person to maybe not even go to the gym. Maybe it's just doing something physically active and it's incorporating maybe healthier styles of meals. Because you also mentioned the love of cooking, the love of food, the love of eating, relatable.
Mhm.
But I would love for you to touch a little bit more on how people can start incorporating these tiny little chunks, these tiny little nuggets, with also the idea of being able to structure it in their day, to really be intentional, plot that out, to create this energy and something. I know I'm a very visual person. In their calendar. So, are there some techniques that work for you that over the years and for the clients that you work with to help them start to begin that momentum, to begin that idea of creating a sense of identity around this is who I am now? Like, I am the person who takes the time to shop for vegetables and what that may look like, or to go to the gym and what that may look like, or to go for a walk and what that might look like.
Yeah. I feel there's a lot of like meeting for me as a coach, like meeting my client where they're at
Mhm.
and like we're not gonna drastically change something because things like right I feel like that's very common. It's just like like things don't change overnight, you know. You got to build that habit, you got to build that consistency, you got to just put in the reps, and it might not feel like anything in the moment. It might not feel like anything like in the first few days, in the first like few weeks, like and then over the next course of the months, you just kind of reflect on it. So I feel like say like people will say like, oh, like ah, what's a good example? Like I've had many people kind of come up to me and just like the way that they speak is just very like constricting. Like I feel like they kind of put themselves in a box and it feels like that's where they are. Like this is the like a common thing that I hear is like it is what it is.
Hmm.
And I I do not believe in that. Um there's some things that are like natural disasters, like things that are like very much outside of our control that you're like, yeah, that is what it is, right? Like there's a tsunami, like is what it is. Like just kind of those things. But in terms of like our own lives, like we have all control over our own lives. Like we get to choose every single day what we get to do. We get to choose how we look at it as well. And I think perspective is a really big thing. And it also is something that takes practice as well. Like everything that's like outside of us, is like we do our repetitions, we do our practices, right? It's working out, it's getting that consistent rep in, like that's the physical strength of
Mm.
things. It's the same within our minds, is we have to talk to ourselves in a better way, and like that's going to take some repetition. Because like I remember like always being so negative about myself, and like whenever I'd look in a mirror, I would just like look at the parts that I did not like.
Mm.
So that was usually my belly, and that would be like I have like so much fat on my belly, like I wish I had a six pack, like and I can never lose weight. And I like held on to that, where I'm just like I I held on to the my belief of just like I can't lose weight. Like I'm just like a person that cannot lose weight. I am a person that can really gain muscle, and I'm really good at strength. So I'm gonna just focus on that and do my best to not focus on like not being able to lose weight. And that again took many years, many repetitions, and like a lot of trying to like understand it more deeply
Mm.
of like, okay, what does this mean? So like with life, I have so many different ideas going on in my head. So I'm just trying to pick the words of like what I want to go here. Um, yeah. So in terms of just kind of getting started, like meet yourself where you're at.
Mm.
Start with writing something small. Like I would say writing out 1 to 3 goals, like, and it will work on specificity, like kind of as it goes. Like the more specific you have with a goal, like the more you're able to achieve it, because you are getting very specific about it and you are trying to focus on that. So like even if it's like going to the gym, you can start with, hey, I gonna go to the gym 3 times a week. And you're like, I am this person that goes to the gym 3 times a week.
Mm.
Great place to start, right? Or I am a person that wakes up at whatever time in the morning, 5 a.m., and goes for a walk, or doesn't even have to be that early. I know some people like when I say I wake up at 4, they're like, ugh. They cringe like our mom. It's just like that's way too early. Um, yeah, and I feel that there is so much in life that we can do. There's so much possibility. I think that's been the biggest thing for me, is knowing and learning and understanding that everything is possible for me. Like I can do and be and whoever I want. Like if this person can do it, why can't I?
Mm.
So it's just like I leaned into that more of just like this person can like, lose this weight, why can't I? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lose the weight. Like, and I have lost like some pounds, like, but it's also not like for me, for my body, it wasn't like the scale, it was just like the physique of it, where I'm just like,
Mm.
oh, actually, like I've gained so much muscle and I've lost some body fat. The scale didn't really change much, like maybe 5 to 10 pounds. Like it hasn't been that much, but like my physique look like it's like I'm fucking jacked, like yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so much that I've learned over time that's just been like small things that have added up. I think gratitude is just like one of the biggest things. It's just like be grateful for what you have in life right now. Like be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for the lived experiences that you've had. Another one's just like step into the person that you want to be, and like have this higher purpose. I think it was very uncomfortable for me when I started to think about my higher self, like who I want to be. Like who is Alena? Like who is this version of me that I am building like towards, that I want to really lean into, that I want to step into. And it was difficult at first. It was challenging to think about who that was, because I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm capable of doing. Like, I don't know, I want to be strong. I want to, coach people. Like it was just very like generic, like basic things that I'm just like, okay. And the more that I just, kept practicing it with my mentor, she would have us do like meditations. Like meditations don't have to be super long. They can be 5 minutes. They can just be like, do some breath work. It's just like tapping into yourself, tapping into who you want to be, who you want to like what life do you want and what
Mm.
life do you desire?
Hmm. Totally. And I appreciate you saying that as well about the idea of looking towards who you intend to be and allowing maybe not every action, but as many as you can. And you get better and better with lifting those weights and putting in the repetition of it. And I so appreciate the idea of the mindset and perspective that comes with stepping into this life and being okay with not being perfect. And what I hear you saying is that it there was a lot of self-reflection as well with the journey that you found yourself on, the one that you continue to be on. And I also hear you saying that when you work with your clients, that you meet them where you're at, wherever their mindset at is what's going to be reflected in their results. And so I do appreciate that within your coaching as well, that not only is there a physical component to it with being able to like what is functional strength, like let's help you with that, as well as with the fit, like with the food and the idea of nutrition. I'd love for you to touch briefly on that after this, with the idea of like maybe what's your favorite recipe that maybe people can take home, while also being able to acknowledge the huge mental component that is within results. And I do appreciate that with a part of who you not only show as yourself, but what you allow when you what you coach people through as well within your own coaching. That there is the idea of like, who do you want to be at the end of this? Like, what goals do you have? How can I help facilitate this goal reaching? And at the end of the day, like, who are you choosing to identify as and who are you becoming? What is the I am that you're saying? Like, I am the person who wakes up at 5 a.m. to go for a walk. I am the person who prioritizes sunlight in the morning because I recognize the importance of that. I am the person who sees this most ideal version of myself and I choose to exercise 3 times a week because I am the person who prioritizes health and fitness as a non-negotiable in my life. And so I do appreciate that you've touched on those, because I think that for many people it may be that I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to lift these heavy weights and I will be strong AF by the end of it. And then I'm going to eat chips and things by the end of the day. Also okay, because chips are delicious and we're here for balance and waves and flows. And so, on this idea of eating chips, which are still delicious, what's your favorite recipe? What would you love to leave people with and to take home as to either to just that? What are some of your favorite recipes for health, wellness, nutrition, and delicious in general?
Well, if you follow my Instagram, like people know that I post a lot of my breakfast because breakfast is my favorite meal, and I do take my time in the morning to make a delicious breakfast.
Mm.
Right now, my current has been these gluten-free, fluffy protein pancakes. They're super simple. They don't need any protein powder. Like it's I have the recipe on my Instagram that I can send to people and stuff. But basically it's eggs, honey. I use cottage cheese and Greek yogurt as well. So cottage cheese and Greek yogurt is going to give you that protein. Gluten-free flour, baking powder. So that's what makes it that fluffiness. And then optional vanilla if you want. I put collagen in mine as well, just so I can get my collagen. And pretty much it. Like not many ingredients. They're super simple to make
Mm,
and they taste really good. So those have been my go-tos lately. I've been in my pancake era again because I typically will go into a pancake era where I'm just making pancakes all day, every day. And I'll have it for breakfast and I make enough that I have it for lunch as well when I come back from coaching.
mm,
And it's just so good. But I have many, many recipes that I just have been like kind of cycled through and then are my go-to. And then I just like I love making these gluten-free protein bagels. And like they're just so delicious and they're so like they take a little bit of work, but you get a bunch of them and then they're super simple to make. Um, those like bagels are only like 3 or 4 ingredients.
mm,
Super easy, super simple. You tried them, they were delicious.
mm,
So I love making those. Yeah, like I find because we need food to survive, like, and yes, it's like easy to make kind of food that's like quick and easy. I know some people don't either want to make the time or, in a sense, have the time to spend hours cooking or meal prepping or whatever. So there's like a ton of like food services out there that do like the meal preps and those are great. Like I recommend those if you can afford those and put your money towards that. However, like there is also like we can make so many great foods and I love eating. Like I love making good food. I love cooking for myself. Like I'll put in the effort for myself because I'm like, I made this. This is delicious. It's
mm,
gone in like 5, 10 minutes, right? Like it's a lot quicker to eat it than it is to make it. I also very much enjoy cooking for other people, so I will happily cook for people, and if they ask me to, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, let's do breakfast, let's do lunch, whatever. Like, it's fun, it's great. Like, I'll provide. I love doing that because I
mm,
know I make great food.
mm. Yeah, I'll be coming to your place for sure and eating.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'll be coming over soon.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just expect now that there will be beautiful fluffy pancakes
Yeah.
waiting for me when I wake up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll be up
I
early, so there you go.
And also for those who would love the recipe, I will get Alina to send that to me so that we can include it in the show notes, or
Absolutely.
at least a link to it, and to Alina's Instagram so you can
Mhm.
see all the delicious food she's making,
Mhm.
and the ways in which she is using all of that nourishment to get gains. So if you would love to follow Alina, I will make sure that is linked down below.
Yep.
And something else I wanted to mention for just before we leave everyone today,
Mhm.
something else that I actually took inspiration from you way back was when you would just pre-chop all of your vegetables. I think that is something that is very, very easy that people can start including in their day. And it's also something that has been reflected in my life from a number of people when they see my refrigerator that I just have like people who meal prep. If you don't necessarily want to meal prep your entire week, because I don't, I like to take the time to prep all the vegetables instead,
Mhm.
and because I find it easier to eat the vegetables knowing that they are all ready to go. Toss it in like a veggie like scramble in the morning, toss it in a salad, have it for a stir fry. But for those who would love to include a little bit more vegetables in their diet, something that's really, really easy that saves so much time is to just chop up a bunch of vegetables, stick it in some containers, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
And then you have yourself something that's easy to go when maybe your days are feeling a little bit more packed. So it's
Mhm.
also something I've taken from you, Alina. So
Yeah.
thanks for doing that
Yeah.
beforehand.
Of course. Yeah. I think that like there's also so many like food devices out there nowadays. Like you just get a thing that like slaps it,
A
chops it. Like
slap
not
chop.
even the slap chops. I mean, those are pretty good, but there's like that like container thing that just like you press it down and then it goes into the container and then you just put a lid on it. Like those are super, yeah, I know. They're super simple, super
Oh my
easy.
God,
I
technology these days.
Yeah, I do not have any of that. I just, old school use a knife. But I will also just kind of put on a video and just go ahead and just start chopping.
Love
So just but I feel like I take my time with things. I'm not gonna say I'm slow, but I do take my time with like kind of everything I do. So I
methodical.
do. Yes, I'm very methodical, and I know you've used that word a lot for me. Yes, so I do take my time, and I do enjoy it because I like to. I'm just like there, very, in a sense, presently. Like, yes, I'm watching a video and enjoying it, and I'm also just like enjoying the motion of cutting some food. Like, this is what I'm the journey, the process of making a delicious meal for myself, and I
Mm.
do very much enjoy each step that goes into making food.
Mm.
I know that some people don't, like our mom. She definitely will, she likes to be able to throw it in the microwave and do it for about 10 or 15 minutes and call her done. Like, it's just, or making up a salad. She's really great at making salads, so she'll do that. Um, as well as I also know she's the kind of person that will put in way more time to cook for other people. So I think that's a kind of a big one to note is to like if you're noticing that you just aren't bothered to make like take more time for yourself to make food like nice food for yourself, then I think that's something to kind of like reflect on and be like, okay, well, I could think about I'm making for other people and then you end up meal prepping and then you have meals for the week. Like
There you go.
whatever kind of mindset shift that you want to look at or perspective, like, and also like you deserve it. You deserve good food. You deserve to feed your body delicious, yummy food that you've made. And even if you feel like you can't make it, like you can learn. Like there's a lot of simple recipes out there, like Instagram and Pinterest and the internet is just full of very simple recipes, very simple ingredients, things that you just can toss in a pan and it's done in 15, 20 minutes and it's still delicious. So,
Mm.
yeah, lots of recipes out there, lots of delicious food to make.
Mm.
Yeah, a plethora of food.
Plethora of food on Pinterest.
Yes.
I was trying to think of another P word. I love a good alliteration, but
Yeah,
plethora of platters on Pinterest.
sure. Let's go with that.
We'll go with that until I think of something else.
For
Um,
sure.
but Alina, thank you so much
Yeah.
for being on this podcast today. Right before we leave people, I'd love to know what is something fun and silly that you do every day to continue to live into this idea of well-being, whatever well-being means to you.
Fun and silly. Oh man, I don't know. I dance a lot. So like
Yeah.
in my in my coaching classes when I've got the music playing, if I'm like when I'm going through the warm up with everyone, like I'm in the center of them. I'm dancing, I'm moving, I'm grooving, like I'm just they know that I have this energy. So I don't know if that's necessarily silly. It could be
Love it.
silly, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do enjoy just randomly dancing if I'm feeling the music. I'm just like bobbing around, like whatever. Just if I'm grooving, I'm grooving. I talk to myself a lot, so like yeah. I also when I'm eating, I'm dancing because food's delicious and you just I just get very happy when and happy dancing, when I'm eating.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Incorporate even more dancing into your daily life, and you will be a happier and healthier person.
Yep.
I,
Yeah.
I approve that message.
Hell yeah.
I
Great.
think that is wonderful. I so appreciate just how much nuggets of wisdom that you shared with us today. So thank you again for taking the time out of your what seems like a very full schedule and being so intentional with us today and allowing just more creative spaces for perspective shifts, for increasing the amount of health and well-being that people are inspired by in their day-to-day lives, and just the energy that you bring to the table because it is always positive. It is always just something where there's always something to glean from it. So thank you so much, Alina, and I
Yeah.
look forward to probably more maybe podcasts together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would definitely look forward to it. Um,
Absolutely.
and for those of you who would love even more of Alina in your life, I will make sure down below to include where that they can find you,
Mhm,
whether
mhm.
it's in sliding into her DMs on Instagram, whether it's maybe at Strength Camp to be to do some one-on-one coaching if you're in the area, or to do part of the group fitness at Strength Camp, to do some online coaching if you're a little bit more remote, but if you want to peek a little bit of Alena's brain, if you want to just get in even better shape, both inwardly, outwardly, and just feeling so much better about yourself and life in general, I will make sure that you have everything that you need to get in touch with Alena. So, Alena,
Absolutely.
again, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, trainer.alina on Instagram. Very simple. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on your pod. I know we've been talking about this for a while, so I'm glad that we finally got a chance to do it. And I know there's going to be many more to come, especially when I'm going to be down visiting you on the
Mm,
island there, and we're going to have lots of fun and even more pods.
yeah, I will look forward to it, guys. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and thank you guys all for tuning in today. I so hope, expect, and yes, just hope and expect that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. May it be life fulfilling, may it be full of dancing, may it be even more intentional for your health and well being in whatever way that looks like to you. And I look forward to talking with you all and seeing you all very soon.
Bye.
Thank you all for joining me today, because it has been my absolute pleasure to be here with you. Make sure to give this podcast a 5-star review and share it with all your loved ones, because it helps in creating even more awesome content. If you're interested in learning how to effortlessly create even more health, vitality, and time and money freedom, sign up for my free monthly vision workshop live over Zoom. Until then, I hope you all have a powerful day, and I look forward to chatting with you all real soon.